What is happening, folks? Let me know if you can all hear me loud and clear. I said I pop on tonight, 2 days away from one of our biggest games of the season, probably the biggest game of the season. Young boys in the Champions League. They've been on the winter break, but we'll talk about that more in detail tomorrow. But we're gonna have good bits to talk about. See the game just gone. Who we want in the Scottish Cup? Berta Bay's departure. Kieran Tierney inbound question mark. Other targets. Kyogo's 30th birthday. So a good bit to talk about tonight. You're all certainly welcome in wherever you are in the world. If you're sitting in a house, or if you're walking, or you're walking somewhere, listen to me in the pods, these are all certainly welcome. So hello to Ryan, hello to Kenzie, hello to Rory, hello. Are you staying on to the draw? Probably not. I'll probably do this for about an hour. As it stands, last time I checked, Dundee were beating Dundee United. So this is the full portion of the teams that we could play in the draw. Just want to get rid of this comment here so you can all see it. So there we go there. Aberdeen, Ayr United, Airdrie, Cove Rangers, or one of the Dundee sides, Dunfermline, Hamilton, Hearts, Hibs, Livy, Queen's Park, could be a Glasgow Derby, Queen's Park, Wraith Rovers, Rangers, or St Johnstone. So let me know in the comments, who would you like in the draw? For me personally, I'd like to see Celtic play Airdrie away, something different. Maybe Airdrie or Queen's Park, something different would be good. More likely we'll probably get an away to it as always. But regardless if it's home or away, we're obviously going to be favourites to go in and play against these teams and get a result. I thought the other night it was a tough watch at times, but we got the job done. I thought Nicholas Keown was outstanding. Good goal by Maeda. I thought Maeda played really well, coming back into the team. You can see the difference when we have him in the team, the energy he brings, as most Celtic fans would know. Callum McGregor scoring a cracking goal yet again outside the box. And a lot of us want him to be rested, but it seems like he has determination. He has the urgency to want to play every game as he has the captain. But sometimes, it is a rest is required. It's a lot playing 50 odd games a season, but he has it in the tank. He wants to do well. And look at Kilmarnock obviously scored. Bit of brutal defending from Celtic. They hit the bar as well. We hit the bar, but it is what it is. Ayr United at home at Celtic Park. What about down in Somerset Park? We went there in a pre-season. The first game of pre-season was at Ayr. So let me know in the comments. Hey pal, switch over to your YouTube. Fantastic to see people watching from Florida and people watching from Paisley. Dunfermline away. Can't mind the last time you played them. See, the last time we played Dunfermline. Was it not 2019 we played them in the League Cup? I think we played them in the League Cup or the Scottish Cup. I think Mikey Johnson scored that day for us. It was the last time we played Dunfermline, but that was at Celtic Park. How's it going, Paddy? Hope you're well. So anyone that's tuning in on Facebook, please pop over to YouTube. It'd be appreciated. The numbers are going up. The content is going up as much as I can. Instead of pop on, have a chat with you. I don't want to sound like the same broken cassette. It'd be good to just change it around and talk about other stuff as well. But look, we're in the hat, and it could have been a worse conversation tonight. It could be sitting here moaning that we're knocked out of cup, but we're not. The holders are still in it. We're pursuing this treble. I don't care. I don't really care who we do get. To be honest, it's a fixture we're going to have to play anyway, home or away, and we'll give our best. And I think this time of the season, I know some fans, I said this already in the channel, that some fans are kind of feeling a bit reckless regards to the style of football, that we're not scoring 4 or 5 goals. But you got to think of the amount of miles and yards these guys have been playing so far, more games than most teams this season, because we're at the being in Europe, we're at the being chasing winning the League Cup as well. So it's not going to be always fifth gear football, but we'll get there. As I said, we're in a great position in the league. We're into the next round of the Scottish Cup. I read earlier on that Celtic sold Bosun Lahal, Mikey Johnston for around altogether, and Berda Bay for around 15 million quid. That is crazy money. That is absolutely crazy money. Look, regards to Alexandro Berda Bay, 5 million quid. We bought him for just under 4 million. We've made profit on him. He's gone to Internacional in Brazil. We all knew this was going to happen. I don't know how many times I've said on the channel there was so much talk about it happening, and he's been in Brazil, but it was confirmed in the late early hours of this morning that he has completed a permanent move to the Brazilian Serie A. And look, Celtic have done a good bit of business. You think over the last year, like even selling Matt O'Reilly for a decent chunk of money, like it is being invested back in the squad. We've seen Arnie Ingles brought in for 11 million. Adam Eda was brought in for 9 million. I know some fans are probably rolling their eyes and saying he's not worth 9 million. He isn't worth 9 million at this moment of time, but he has a contract to fulfill, and form is temporary. And as I said this on the channel so many times, you have to get off these players' backs. He will get there. He's trying. You can see he's trying, and it will happen. It will happen. And I wish him the best for the rest of the season in a Celtic shirt, and I hope he brings success and starts getting back on the goal scoring sheet. It's 13 games, a long time, and I thought Trusty played well. I would have started with Scales the other day, but okay, obviously Scales came on and stuff, but Trusty, he's getting there. He's getting there, and as I said, players will have up and down performances. They can't always be consistent with all the games they play. They're human beings. There's errors in the department, and these errors do need to be fixed. They do need to be addressed. And of course, they sit down with John Kennedy and the coaching staff and go over the tapes and look at how'd you get beaten on the back post with a silly header? How'd you get beaten down that flank? Why we're not more aggressive in your play? It's a lot to ask for, but we're gonna look through it. All looking forward to Wednesday night in the Scottish Cup draw. It's a massive week. It's, as I said, it's the biggest week of this season so far, because you have a transfer window as well. You have a Scottish Cup tie tonight, a Scottish Cup draw tonight. Well, there is a Scottish Cup tie. There's a Dundee tie happening right now, and you got the Champions League on Wednesday night. If you win that game, you're guaranteed into the Champions League. I know I've heard what you Celtic YouTubers saying even the draw would do is, I want to win the game. I want to push up that table. Like, yes, young boys are bottom of the Champions League phase, but you're going to look at this here. That's the Scottish Cup. Just 2 seconds now, folks. Just want to remove this comment for 1 minute so I can show you exactly what I'm talking about. So this is young boys' stats. Now they were at the beginning on the winter break, so they played Hanover, they played Lukaretz of Bulgaria, Winter Tour. I never heard of them. I never heard of BL Vienna. I don't know if they are Swiss teams or French teams. I don't really know, or Austrian teams. Grasshoppers, they have back in the league this week. They're 9th in the Swiss table. I think there's 12 teams in this Swiss league. So yeah, it's not going to be an easy game, folks. Some fans expecting us to go out and wipe the floor and beat young boys because they're bottom of the league. They're going to try and make a statement. They're going to try, as being underdogs, try to break us down and get an early goal to give us nerves. And we've seen in the past with Anderlecht and stuff like that, Celtic can either strive for this game and go out and get the 3 points, or they can either bottle merch it. because I'm being honest, I'm not confident going to Villa Park next week. And I know a lot of you will jump on the confidence boost closer to the fixture, but I've been dreading the Villa fixture since the draw's been announced, and that's not me writing off Celtic completely. I just think we're playing against a really good organised Villa side. They got a decent result against Arsenal the other day, Unai Emery's team, and they're a team that they got into the top four of the Champions League last season. Like they're on the up, and we're playing a lot of games, and so are Villa, but we played more games than Villa this season, and their intensity is it's going to be hard to get the ball off them in the home patch, but we'll need to get through match day 7 and go out there and get Nicholas Kuhn, let Nicholas Kuhn off a leash, let Maeda off a leash, and bark down them flanks and snatch the ball and hopefully come up with a bit of magic and maybe a Kyogo magic. We shall see. But let's see what everyone's saying in the comments. I'm literally blabbing on forever. Seeing there's a 15% sell-on clause with Bear Bay. Good bit of business from Celtic as always. We usually try to get between 15, 20 or 30%. So done well with this one. It's about time because, as I said, it's been over a week of brewing of is it going to be confirmed? When is it going to be confirmed? Ian Corbett says, Laura, that's excellent if it's true, especially if he keeps playing well with this new club. I think Bear Bay could be confident enough now to say, right, I'm at a decent team in Brazil. I'm closer to home. I want to push to get into the Argentinians team. It's going to be hard, but you'll probably have the likes of Argentina's manager looking at the Brazilian league, looking at Argentine players there, and it'd be great for him to get into that Argentinian team. But we'll see what happens in the future. I wish Alexandra the best. Just didn't work out for him at Celtic, and I just think he was regards to defending, I thought he was atrocious. Just couldn't hack it. I think his best game for Celtic, besides that goal, I think it was against Ross County, or was it St. Johnson, one of them. His best game for Celtic, I remember, was against Hibs away at Easter Road. It was actually Adamida scored the 2 penalties that night. So that was his first big game for Celtic, Adamidas. But you move on, players come and go. Some players just strive, some players decline, and it's what happens in football. But you can't. Every player that comes in the door can't always be magnificent. As much as we pray for players to come in and do well, it's all down to the system, down to the training methods, down to the mentality, it's down to the culture. Some players just can't cut in Scottish football. You've seen players come up from English football, just can't cut it. And sadly, Shane Duffy was one of them. Shane couldn't cut it. It was just the season that was in it. Being locked up in a hotel room most of the time, changing different changing rooms or COVID restrictions and stuff like that. But look, it's all in the past. All in the past. People forget that Shane Duffy won a Scottish Cup as well with Celtic. Scales got in torch Reds and left back in we'll get in Champions League, maybe in the. Well, hopefully Taylor will be fine. Regards to Alex Valley, it looks like it's green light for him to go. I think Celtic are just going to hold off with him until the end of the week. So as I said in this channel a couple of times, 25 people that are tuning in on YouTube. I could kindly ask if you can join the membership. A lot of you have. It's £1 a month. It puts towards paying the bill for the StreamYard best service. If not, I'll just have to recuperate myself and get it somewhere else. But it just shows you it's going extra level. But either way, we use watching the podcast means everything in the world to me. That's just everything in the world to me. I know I sound a bit cheesy and cringy and a bit over liquor, get the straw out, clutching for straws, but it does mean everything to me. I'll come off this podcast sometimes and I feel really, really happy. Really happy. It's like I'm waiting for the vent all day. Sometimes I don't put the prep in. I don't write the stuff down. I just come up with my heart. I say from my heart. I pick the comments out. What makes me different to other podcasts is I don't compare myself in a different way because everyone does things different. Everyone's different organisation tools. I like to interact with you. So I'm looking at these comments and I'm saying, you know what, I'll pick out every comment I can and read it because These are important. These are the Celtic family. You know, you sitting there on your phone, you sitting there watching me on the big screen, or sitting there watching me on a tablet. You know, imagine my mush is in your house. My big mush head is on your screen. You're watching some Dublin guy that lives in Glasgow talking about Celtic. How weird is that? I know some people might say, it's not weird at all, but we're a great institution of a club, and I'm very grateful for every bit of support from every like to every comment. And it would be, I'm not, I know this sounds a bit demanding, but it would be nice to get more comments on the videos, especially when we do transfer videos. It's all about algorithm. It's all about engagement. Like, I know I don't write back to you in the comments below. You say something, I just like it or I love it, but I take everything you need to say from up to down. You know, it's brilliant. But he's a fantastic support of people, support network. Just keep the channel going. With your comments. So it's about you. It's not about me. I could waffle on for days and talk about what I know this and I know that. But I'm gonna give you my prediction on what's gonna happen this week. You may disagree or agree. So my prediction is obviously we're gonna get a team away in the. I think we're gonna get a team away in the Scottish Cup away tie. Okay. Second thing is I think we will scrape through the Champions League against Young Boys. I don't think it's going to be the most comprehensive performance. I think it's going to be a 2-1 win. I think it's going to be a nervy game to watch. And I mean a tough watch. I don't like to put that on us because it could be a game where it could be 4-5-0 and I could be laughing and saying, Jesus, why was I expecting the worst and it was the best? My next prediction is Bear Bay will leave on Thursday or Friday. And I think Tierney will come in Monday week. I think over the weekend, Celtic and Arsenal will sit down and we'll get that deal done and dusted. I can see our representatives going to London, getting the deal done and dusted. He will sign on a loan move. We'll make the money off that. We already have the money there for Bear the Bay. We have money in the bank. I just think Celtic are being cautious. And I know sometimes at times you have to be cautious. But at the same time, they were too cautious in the season where we could have won 10 in a row. And this shot us in the foot. Sometimes you have to gamble. You got to gamble. And yeah, I wish my XRP went up, but it wasn't meant to be. I gambled too much. You're just like us, a Celtic supporter who says it as it is. Exactly. I don't comment crap. But you know what I learned today? I learned today that I thought the transfer window was closing at the end of this month, but it's actually the 3rd of February. 3rd of February. So shout out to Hamish. I watched Hamish video today, and Hamish has a great mindset, great intelligence, and he's a good guy. And the 3rd of February. So that's a good bit of news because I'm there sitting there stressing for a couple of days, thinking about, how am I going to do a transfer deadline day video while I'm flying back to Dublin at 7:30 on a Saturday night. I don't like doing videos in Glasgow Airport. Dublin Airport, all means, don't give a shit. Glasgow Airport, it's smaller. People look at your foreheads. I've said this 100 times on the channel. I just think it's a shambles to do a video, and the Wi-Fi is terrible as well. So yeah, exactly. Like and subscribe cost nothing. Exactly. It's the minimum you could do. There's nothing worse when you put videos up and 60% of people don't like your videos or they don't subscribe. It just means that they're just in it to see what's going on, and that's fine. I might get them the next time. You win some, you lose some. But I've 18,000 people on this. I've 124,000 followers across everything. So that's down to hard work. That's down to posting stuff, engaging with people, having a laugh, speaking the truth. I am going to try doing more videos on. I'm going to start doing stuff on TikTok more. I'm going to start putting my videos out on TikTok more so we can get new organic followers over from TikTok as well. I'm going to start doing more on X as well. But it's good to have you all on YouTube. Really good to see really good regular people. Yeah, maybe one day I'll buy you the point for sorting out. But regards to praise, the only set of individuals that need praise here is the team. The team need praise. Paddy Boy last week made some really good comments on the podcast. Thank you very much. I went off that and I was like, you know what? I wish people took a note out of Paddy's book. And I'm not being a lick arse, I'm just being out straight, which is like, you look at what we were last year. We were in a position where we were out of Europe. We were out of the League Cup. We were chasing ourselves with injuries. Our players burnt out. Our players weren't getting used to the system. The football was atrocious at times. We were at probably second gear, third gear this time last year. And for fans to come on and criticise individuals and criticise the manager, you need to have a look at yourselves. And I understand you want the best for the club. I understand you got to think of, we've had some magnificent times, but we're not even we're only halfway through a race, folks, and some people are moaning already. We're gonna stand in puddles. We're gonna pick up a little strain there and then, but like it's a sprint. Oh no, it's not a sprint. It's a marathon. It's a marathon. Loads of obstacles to happen, and if you're sitting there and moaning that Celtic are playing too much defensive tippy tappy football, we win majority of the games. Yeah, Ibrox was a disaster of a game for us. Absolute horrific game. Dundee was a shocker of a game, but didn't we win it? We win at Celtic Park the weekend as expected. I think there's too much demand. I understand we are the champions. We understand we're the Scottish Cup holders, but there's so much of the demand at times. I'm not saying like Celtic need to take the foot off the pedal in all means, but some fans act over the top. Stop being such a spoil sport. I know you want success, but come back to me in May and then question the team. That's what I would say. Come back to me in May, and I sound like Brendan when I'm saying this. Come back to me in May when our trophy cabinet has 3 trophies or 2 trophies. Come back to me in May when we've actually achieved Champions League knockout stage football. This is what I'm saying. Like, it's madness. And I'm not trying to put a Debbie Downer on people's night in any ways. Last week, come on, swear the world was ending. Swear the world's ending. So can't wait for Wednesday. Same here. I can't wait for Wednesday. I'm not going to the game. As much as I love the team, I love the club, I'm not willing to pay 60 quid literally before our family members coming over next month, and I have a 5-week 5-week month ahead. I need to keep my finances. I have a great position to watch the game on my phone, or watch the game on the laptop, or watching the pub or whatever. But I'll get to the game when I get to the game. Simple as. Paying the bills is more important than a football club. Putting the food on the table is more important than a football club. Let's be realistic. As much as we love Celtic, I've spent a fortune on Celtic training gear this season. An absolute fortune. The 3 zip-up tops, the top with the snoot, this jersey, the no-stick jersey, the tour jersey. I'm not here to try win people over. I'm here to just be honest with you, So and then the tracksuit bottoms as well. So yeah, I've 3 suitcases, and when I moved to Scotland, this is crazy, right? When I moved to Glasgow, I bring 3 suitcases over with me, and 2 suitcases were full of Celtic jerseys. God honest truth, all my kids' lives, it's just full of football jerseys. Full of Celtic tops, majority. The odd 1 or 2 jerseys. There's a Liverpool jersey in there. Who cares? I'm not going to hide that I was once a Liverpool fan. I hope they win the league this season. It'd be great. But I don't sit there and watch Liverpool matches. Not a chance. I don't even watch Liverpool Man U anymore. That's how much I've made me distance with Liverpool Football Club from the days of growing up and having every Liverpool magazine and every jersey, and I don't give a shit. Be honest, I care about the green and white. I cared about what we're doing. I cared about our fans. I cared about the success that could happen. I care about the moments. I care about every goal. I care about every performance, because that's my part-time job. That's my job, to sit here and talk shy for an hour, 2 or 3 times a week, because I love it. I absolutely love it. Gives me, as I said, it's good. So get the comments in, please. Someone be different, and throw a question in. Like, there's a guy here from Gunner TV. How's it going, Del boy? How you keeping? For KT, I hope he goes back to home to paradise. As a Celtic fan, I would like him to stay if Arteta, the clown. What's happened with Zinchenko? Is Zinchenko going to Borussia Dortmund? Last time I read. Okay, Zinchenko was all right. I thought Tierney, when he went to Arsenal, when he picked up his fitness, done really well. He's captained the team a couple of times. I think Arteta was a fan of him. I know Unai Emery originally signed him, but I think on a personal note, I think Arteta will lose his job at the end of the season. I know it sounds crazy. I think there's a good side there. Odegaard, Xhaka, really good guys there. I can't even name half the team, but they're missing it. Arsenal have a couple of injuries and crucial centre backs injured as well. But I think Arteta will lose his job at the end of the season. That's my prediction. I think there's too many bottled attempts for the title for Arsenal. When I was growing up as a teenager, I remember Henry, Bergkamp, Gilberto Silva, Lundberg, when even he had a chance at Celtic. Ashley Cole, Sol Campbell, Gael Clichy, Cesc Fabregas, Ray Powler. Really good players Arsenal had in the days, really good players. And I remember they got to the Champions League final, and the guy that actually changed the Champions League final against Arsenal was Henrik Larsson for Barcelona. Gives me the butterflies talking about shit like that. I'm not a Barcelona fan. I've been to the new camp. I've seen them play. A couple of Barcelona jerseys. Don't really care about Barcelona. Don't care about Bilbao. I don't care about any other team but Celtic. But that's not being disrespectful to all these fantastic institutions. One love, and that's it. But you'll go to the comments. I've never seen Celtic in a knockout tie. My first ever Celtic game I went to see was in a knockout tie at the Champions League against AC Milan. That was back in 2007. A spectacle that I very underrated when I got to know. So how it worked, folks, was my uncle. You're gonna hear sirens go by. Probably TikTok Jay Jackson. You never know. But so how it worked was my uncle met a girl from Clydebank in Dublin. Massive Celtic fan, season ticket holder, and my uncle liked the hoops, and he thought as a Christmas present to bring me over to Celtic Park for the last 16 of the Champions League, and I didn't realise how big of a club it was. Obviously I knew it was big, but I didn't realise how big it was until I'd done the stadium tour that day. I met Neil Lennon, met Arthur Borich. We sat in Billy Connolly's seat in the stadium tour. My uncle showed me where I was sitting over in the Lisbon Lions stand, and then that night, getting the bus up from Chandler's and Clydebank up to the game. I was only 16 years of age, going 17. A couple of Red Bull and vodkas down me. And I'm having a burger at Celtic Park, and I'm getting fucking food poisoning. I remember it quite well. But You Never Walk Alone came on and cried for about 20 minutes, and that's how I knew I popped my cherry to loving the club to the way I never thought I would. So fantastic institute. Love the club. We get a lot of shit from outside support that we play in the Farmers League, but fuck them. As the famous words are, we don't care what the animals say. Who cares? Who cares what Man City fans say? Who cares what Brighton and Hove Albion fans say? Who cares what Rangers fans say? Who cares what every other club says? They have their history. If their history is only like 12 years old or 100 years old, I know who the Blarney Pilgrims are. I know who they are. But we're a fantastic institute, and we'll go through this comment here anyway. Sorry for waffling on. I hope he's enjoying the stories tonight. Something different. For Kate, you read that already. Jesus, sorry. Dortmund want Zingy. I'm Arteta out. He's brought Arsenal far as exactly. He's won a couple of FA Cups and Charity Shield and stuff. And let's be honest, who else would you take in Arsenal? Would you take Mourinho? Even though his football is very bland, would you take Mourinho? Would you take This is a strange one. Would you take Xabi Alonso or Arsenal? There's one for you. I know he's probably hard set on Liverpool one day, but Xabi Alonso and Arsenal Football Club, I think that would be a proper identity. That'd be a proper a move for Arsenal. You know, I love Alonso. Alonso was one of my favorite footballers growing up. Xabi, my God, unbelievable. And you know the fact about Xabi Alonso, he done an exchange thing in Ireland, student exchange in County Meath. And he played a bit of Gaelic football. That's how he learned how to do the long pass and the kicking the ball better than long balls and all. That was down to a bit of the ethos of the Gaelic football. But we'll do well against Villa with these teams. I don't know. Like, the thing about Celtic is the Battle of Britain, as you always call it. We always do well. Scottish teams always tend to do well in these games. And like, I'll be honest with you, I know this is a Celtic podcast and this sounds a bit fucking ludicrous, but I think Rangers will do well against United at Old Trafford on Thursday night. I just think they always turn up for the European games. Yeah, they're shite in the league and we're all loving it, but I don't care. You know, it's good for Scottish football that teams can give neck to neck with these mad budgets in English football. You know, hail from Dublin and Clondalkin. I tell you what, I used to work in Clondalkin. I used to walk down in the industrial estate for Greyhound a long time ago. I know the watermill quite well. Used to love going and get me wings and chips in that place. Lovely place. I know Clondalkin quite well. I used to cycle out there from Ballymun every single fucking day of my life for about 3 years. 3 years solid. I cycled every day. Now there was a couple of times I was a bit ropey and tired. I was up at the Baba and I might get in the 13 all the way out. But that was a long trip. But yeah, Clondalkin. Lubo Maratrick, CSC out there, robbing the boys. It's good. It's a good town. Very underrated. Very unappreciated. When you hear people say they're from Clondalkin, you get that eyebrow up at, oh, that's a Southside Darndale. Incorrect. It's not where you're from. To you are. I'm from Ballymun, for fuck's sake, folks. Ballymun was one of the biggest junkie shitholes in Dublin in the 90s. My family and other families used to have to sit down the end of a terror block, at the bottom of a terror block, and do drug watches, because make sure that people weren't coming in with drugs and banging up outside our doors. You know, it's what you make life. It's what you make it. Don't judge someone where they're from. It's how, as I always say this, it's not the way you're brought up. You're either brought up properly or you're dragged up. You know? Come on, the United. Who cares what the animals say? What score was it, Martin? Great story for your first game, and then it went on. As I said, I don't get to Celtic Park every week or maybe every month, but when I get there, I enjoy as much as the person that's there every week, maybe more. You know, I just feel like certain fans of a phenomenal club look down on me as I'm an outsider, and that's their opinion. I'm not going to change of making a YouTube video. I'm not going to change of posting. I'm not going to change of making an Instagram channel or interviewing Chris Sutton live or interviewing George Cadetti live, because it's what I do or who I am. People respect me for who I am. I speak how I am, because I'm not a part, like people. I met a guy the other day. If he's watching the podcast, his name is Duncan. I was coming back from Dublin last week, and he walked over to me and he's like, "Oh, I follow your YouTube. What you think of Tierney? What you think? Are you going to much games? Are you part of any CSC?" It's like, what's the point of me being part of any CSC? I'm going to see my kids most weekends. That's my biggest support I can do, is be a father. I was like, I know loads of CSCs. They know loads of me. They know me. They follow me, and I follow them. But I don't need to be part of any institution or CSC to be a part of something. I'm already a part of this since the day I walked into Celtic Park and put my scarf up and then sung "You Never Walk Alone." I've been a part of this since the first ever time I wore a Celtic jersey for the UEFA Cup final, when I didn't realise how big the club was when they went 90,000 fans went to Seville, and Larsson scored twice that night, and yeah, it was hard to watch, but that team that beat us went on to win the Champions League the following season. So Celtic and Martin O'Neill could take immense pride of the way they performed all the way to that UEFA Cup final. They even beat my old team, my first love team. They even beat Liverpool. I was once a Liverpool fan then. Once I was angry at Celtic. Imagine that. Imagine a Celtic YouTuber saying he was angry at Celtic. This is before I was a Celtic fan. There's a story for you. Let that take you in. And look what I've done since. I went to see Celtic play Liverpool in the Aviva Stadium. 10 years later, in the Celtic end. There was only 10,000 of us in the Celtic end, in the Aviva Stadium. And we sung You Never Walk Alone. And do you think all Liverpool fans are singing? Nah. I realised from that day onwards, even though I loved Celtic before that, I realised from that day onwards what a club I'm supporting. I'm not into this commercial Premier League crap. I'm not saying all fans are like that, but majority of them are just go for the glory. Majority of them just go for the show. People might say Celtic are all about glory. It's not about glory. You put the hard work in and you get results. What you put in is delivers. So, yeah. Let's see. Xabi Alonso is going to Madrid. Carlo leaving them at the end of the season. It's a big job for him. I don't think he should go to Madrid just yet. I think Arsenal would be ideal. I take Jose or Alonso, proven winners. Exactly. Both of them have worked with each other as well. It's hard to say. Like when you look at the managerial landscape of football, it's hard to say a name because number one, do they have that personality? Number two, are they a good manager? Yeah, you could have football managers that are good technicians, but I just think the way the football world has gone, you kind of need a father figure in there, like an Ancelotti or a Klopp or a Pep. You need that father figure. And you don't get a lot of that in football. I think, David Moyes going back to Everton, phenomenal for Moyesy, former Celtic player. I'm glad he's back at Everton. I like to see Everton stay up. Massive club. Well, they haven't won anything since 1995, but I was down in Liverpool, done Anfield Stadium, down in the Mersey with the missus, seeing the new stadium being built in Arbor Dock. And, Everton fans, good times ahead for them, good times ahead. It's 3:00 in the morning and we're 200 miles away from Donegal. Rangers are going to beat Man U. Probably will. Just got that feeling. What's everyone's thoughts on the UK Club Cup? Maybe it's a pre-season. I think it's a fantastic idea. I haven't heard much about it. I think, we should have the winners of Wales, the winners of the Northern Irish League. We should have the winners of Scotland. Should have the winners. I think there should be an English Premier. The winners of the English Premier League should be playing against the winners of Scotland in a Charity Shield game or a Super Cup game. Anyway, we'll promote British football. So yeah, the lock and the key boozer. That's it. I'm from Dublin 13. Dublin 13. Baldoyle, Kilbarrack. Am I right? Baldoyle. I go back to Dublin most weekends, so I know all about it quite well. Getting the N6 down to Dublin 13 at the N4, or the N6. Laura, get rid of League Cups and make it a UK Cup. Nah, I think you can't get rid of a League Cup. Like, I'm gonna ask you anyway in the comments, what is your thoughts on Celtic and Rangers, the girls' teams, maybe going to the Women's Super League? I'm gonna be brutally honest with you, and I'm blunt as it is. I don't have the attention span to be watching female football. No disrespect to the girls because they're hardworking people. They deserve the gratitude and respect, but I don't have the hunger. I've tried to sit there and watch derbies. I've tried to sit there and watch Champions League games. I just don't feel the same that I do about the men's team. It's the same with the B team. I don't have that hunger. And I know that sounds mad for a Celtic channel, but I'm just being honest with you. There's no point in me faking something I don't feel right about, There is a closer Celtic. There's closer Celtic and men joining than the women not going. But the women, they probably will. Irish and proud, Key. Well, what I could say to anyone that's watching tonight, and this is your first time tuning in, say it to your pals. Say there's some mad Dublin guy that pops onto his YouTube channel and talks absolute baloney for an hour. He talks about some Celtic stuff. I like to be challenged. Throw a question at me. If I can't answer that question, give me the answer. It's an all learning day for me. Massive thank you very much, Angela, from the bottom of my heart. Give me a Malgut for for the 5 memberships. Don't worry, that'll be used. That will be used back into the channel. Hit the bleeding like and subscribe. But I remember wearing an Arsenal jersey once. So I used to hang around with a guy from town, from just off Dorset Street of all places. And he's a massive Arsenal fan. Massive Arsenal fan. So we all went to a house party in his, and everyone had to wear an Arsenal jersey. So I walks into the house and he's like, Keith, you either go down and get 20 quid towards the beer tab, or either you put an Arsenal jersey on. So I was like, I'll put an Arsenal jersey on. So he made me put on the wine jersey, Highbury last season jersey. Beautiful top, the wine one. I look back then, you're like, it's fucking horrible. That's a horrendous kit. But when you look now and you're like, what a top. That was an actually lovely top with the gold in it. Do you know Arsenal never wore wine shorts, but that was just always wine, white wine, maroon, whatever you want to call it. Hell, man. Look at the McHughes are always a good folk. 1 hour to the draw. Who are you wanting? Airdrie. I want Airdrie or Air. That's who I want. Hell. Get liking and sharing. The algorithm will happen when it happens. So he's all keen about Tierney back. I know there's been a couple of objections over the last couple of weeks. Regards to Kvistgaard, and he wants to move away from Bromby. We've been looking at a guy called Mohamed Boyle from Lille. And you know what? Funny enough, Lille are doing well in the Champions League. They won 4. I think they've won 4 games, and they drew 1 and they've lost 1. So that's a difficult one there, you know. And thank you for the gifted sub. Thank you very much to everyone that watches. It doesn't always have to contribute money to feel like you're bigger than someone else. These are all in the same parties. Both love the clubs. Love the club. What clubs? I told my daughter that Wrexham beat the USA ladies 12-0, and she said, it was AI. Well, Wrexham, good luck to Wrexham getting into the championship. I know they're pushing. Is a League One at the moment. James McLean. What's his name? That plays up front. Stephen Fletcher. Is that his name? Stephen Fletch. We were linked with him so many times in the past. Celtic family. Hope you're doing well. I'm doing fantastic. Can't complain. I've got me family. I've got me health. I've got yous watching me. We got a team that's getting better and better. Some people might disagree, but everyone's entitled to their opinion. And plus, we're in the biggest club competition in the world as well, Mark. We're in the UEFA Champions League. Mark, you're not gonna like what I'm gonna say. My missus was watching the podcast one night and she turned around and she goes, that guy is a mixture looking of Chris Sutton and Jeremy Kyle put together in that picture. I was like, what? And I was like, don't be talking about my Mark like that. Mark tunes in all the time. It's like, he just looks like a bit like Chris Sutton and Jeremy Kyle put together. I was like, oh my God. I was like, you need to stop. You make me lose subs. So Mark, I apologize. I'll get the yellow pages printed out. She'll get the P45. She ain't going nowhere. She's here for 10 in a row. Keep telling her. I don't know what 10 in a row she's asking for, but you know what I mean. I'm like a 41 pit stop, in and out in 10 seconds. Folks, I do apologize. Sometimes I just like to embrace the personality, let it all out. I'm sure there will be. But when's she home? What's more important, the draw or her? Let's draw. let's get them balls from the bowl. Let's do the Rod Stewart. That's a classic moment. Rod Stewart half cut down the balls. Funny enough, we were at Celtic Park about a year and a half ago. We were after St. Mirren. We had to beat St. Mirren. And Rod Stewart, I was waiting around for the players to come out, and Rod was walking back. It's like, I'm screaming over the barrier, Rod, any chance of a picture, Rod? Any chance? I need a couple of drinks down me. Come on, Rod. I think he's like his bodyguard or whoever's looking at him like, what the fuck's up with this guy? This guy's a bleeding weirdo. And I'm screaming. Everyone, like, there's about 200 people there. And I'm screaming, Rod, any chance? And he walked away. He bottled it. I'm the celebrity, not him. I'm the celebrity. Look, Bit of a laugh. Bit of a laugh. We used to get compared to David Bowie. I don't think you look like David Bowie. I think it's more of a Chris Sutton smirk with a bit of Jeremy Coyle from the top there going on. We'll call you Jeremy Scott. Was that not? No, Barry Scott. Barry Scott's still a bang. But yeah. Sir Roderick Stewart. Yeah. Rod, any chance, Rod? Rod, please. It's Commander Hoop. Please come over to Commander Hoop. But yeah, so get the questions in. Obviously, the starting lineup for Wednesday night. I'm going to do a podcast tomorrow night as well, waffling for an hour. So I hope you get the microwave popcorn in for tomorrow. Get the biscuits, get the McVitie's in, get the cups of tea, you know, that kind of stuff. I sat right beside Rod Stewart at Italian 90 when we lost 1-0 to Costa Rica. What was he like? Was he a bleeding pain in the arse? I heard like he goes into Joxers in LA. As shout out to the LACSC, he goes in and buys people rounds and all in the pub, like just sits there like one of the lads. Same with what's his name? Tony Curran. Shout out to Tony. We've had a Hollywood actor on the channel a couple of times. We've had Gianni Capaldi. Gianni's sound guy, you know Gianni a good few years now. I need to get him back on. I haven't spoken to him in ages. He was the biggest celebrity ever met at the games. I don't tend to meet anyone, to be honest. One of them boring sods that kind of just go with the flow. I've met loads of the bars, not the bar, AC Milan. It's 2017. I met Kaka. What a guy. Met him. Actually met Gattuso, he used to play for Rangers. But yeah, like I've interviewed Chris Sutton, so I call him you want to call him a celebrity in Scottish football in any terms. But yeah, I don't look up to people as big celebrities. I know as much as I wanted to picture Rod Stewart. They're human beings. They were born on this planet, regardless what the application is. Some people, should be treated face value. Because at the end of the day, some people feed off the ego, some people do, and I don't. I'm just a normal human being that works a 9-to-5 job for the NHS that does podcasts. So yeah. So job's a job, pays the bills, puts the dinner on the table. So yeah, pays the lecky. But we won't be doing podcasts. I won't be paying it. So we done that one. Rob was okay. Left early. Knew Tony Curran when I was a kid. What's the show he done when he's really sick in the BBC for the BBC? I think it was at STV where he's really ill and he's living in the middle of nowhere. I need to look at it. Someone's telling me to watch it. Tony follows me on Instagram. I should mail him and get him on the channel one of the nights. You know, yeah. I'm 2 years into the NHS now, and I love it. I'm very grateful for the patients that come in and visit me. Well, obviously they come in to get their whatever they need done, and I make myself out to be a doctor. I'm not a doctor. I'm an admin. Dr. Keith, Commander Dr. Hoop. But no, really good folk. You know, we've a really, and I've a good support of people that actually work with me there, watch the channel, and it's good. It's good, yeah. Where is he from? Tony Curran. Grace Gifford. Yeah, he done that in Vegas, didn't he? He's a really good guy. We were in GY. You know, well, there's one thing I want to do in my life before. There's a couple of things I want to do in my life before it comes to the expiry date, and I'm making it myself to be out my 70s the way I'm going on here. A couple of things I want to do in my life is obviously see my kids grow up and be the best who they can be. You know, it's all down to me raising them the best way and their mother raising the best way they can. Is go to the Celtic convention in Vegas one year. That is me top my list. See Iceland and get this channel to eventually one day to 50,000 subs. It will happen. It will happen. The more content I put up, the more you get interested. If it's not for you, it's not for you. I can't win everyone over. But the most important thing, East End of Glasgow. That's where my missus is from. From the East End, near Rob Royston. I keep saying to her, like, I want a St. Rochs jersey. Get me a St. Rochs jersey. I want to wear the candy. Jim McGlory Park. I want to go see the candy one day. I want to see the Rochs. The rock and stock connection, But yeah, I'll get a St. Rochs jersey one day. I'll buy one. I'll get one. Yeah, I'm on the candy. I know what's stuck in my head now. I want candy. Oh Jesus, that's stuck in my head now. Look what he's at the starting. Good stuff. So, Casper Schmeichel, Alistair Johnston, Alex Valley, probably his last game for Celtic. Put him in there. I would go Scales and CCV on Wednesday night. I know people might agree or disagree. It's the whole point of a podcast. Cal Mack, Arnie Ingalls. I'm going to be brave. I'm going to throw this in, right? Luke McCown. Start against young boys. Nicholas Kiln, Days of Maeda. And you know what? You'll agree. Oh, this is just a training topic this year. You might agree or disagree. And I know there's about 80% of people that will disagree on this when I say this. Put Ida in there. Give him a half. If he can't do in the highest stage with that price tag on his head and he's lacking goals, just imagine him scoring in the Champions League early on. Imagine breaking that goal drought in the highest stage at the mall for him. That would lift him up for the season. Even though he should be lifted because you're playing for one of the biggest clubs in the world. But yeah, I think start Ida and then bring on the old boy from Japan. We're going to talk about Kyogo. Kyogo, obviously, he's 30 years of age. He scored 85 goals for Celtic so far in his career since he came in going back to 2021 now. Jesus Christ. Where does the years go, eh? Where did it go? Especially when you're old grey and have a gut like me. So let's see. So this is our boy from Japan. Happy birthday to Kyogo. 3 league titles, 2 Scottish Cups, 3 League Cups. And remember that iconic final when he scored 2 quick goals against Hibs. Just over here, 164 games for Celtic, 85 goals, 19 assists. He will imagine he gets to the 100 goals by the end of the season. Don't rule it out. I wouldn't rule it out. He's played over 101 games for Celtic in the Scottish Premiership as well. Brilliant. When was his first goal? I think his first ever goal for Celtic was against Jablek. I think. I'll have to go in and check that now. All goals. Curious. I can't see his comments at the moment because I'm on this little bit of a page. So just bear with me, folks. I will get back around to you. Let's see what the crack is with this. See what we're up to. So, oh God, I don't want to do it by J League. Let's go. By the way, if you're wondering what this website is, it's called transfermarket.co.uk. Fantastic website for statistics. I use this. So, yeah, Jablek was the first goal in the Europa Conference League round 3 of the Czech Republic. Joe Hart's debut game for Celtic, folks, just to put out there as well. We went on. He scored. It was a 3 that day against Dundee. I remember that. And that's when Callum McGregor got done the huddle and got the Celtic fan. I got the players walk around the pitch. So yeah, crazy stuff. But yeah, it's mad to think look at all the goals he scored since we just roll down. Martin there. Look at there's the League Cup, is it? No, that's the different game. Let's just keep going and going. So I think he might hit 20 goals. I don't think he's going to go in this window. I'm not worried about him going. And there's been a lot of talk of Rennes and Atlanta and stuff like that, but nah, we'll be fine. We'll be absolutely fine. We will be. Come on, the Candy. Good to see Candy. Good lads. Rochs. They sent me tops every year. Good stuff. This is This is Charles. I keep forgetting who CB the third is. I keep forgetting. I do apologise. I know who it is now. Um, Happy birthday. Trusty you're going for? Ida. You're going for Ida as well? Interesting. On this day, 1923, he made his Celtic debut. Jesus. That's madness, isn't it? Jim McGrory, long overdue statue at Celtic Park. Guy was the greatest. Well before my time, well before a lot of us. But yeah, I watched a couple of stories about him. What a guy! What a guy! Unbelievable stuff. Kyogo will leave in the summer. I don't see him going if we get a decent amount of money, especially for a 30-year-old. Yeah, I think he will go in the summer, to be honest. I think Rio will go as well. And be sad, the Japanese contingency will eventually break and the day will come. The day will come. People come and go, you know. Ryan says, great show, Keith. Get Ida in from the start, force him in the high pressure and see what he does. That's what I was saying, right? Just regards to like young boys, they've been on a winter break. They're struggling in their own league, the Swiss champions. So why not throw them in the mix? Get them in there, starting to start. Let them, be very physical. Probably test the keeper early, get a goal early. He needs that. I just think it's very, very harsh, the criticism he's getting. I understand 13 games is a long time for a 9 million striker, but he will get there. You get there, I'm sure you did. I'm sure you did. You were Back to the Future, yeah. So am I going to win the lotto, am I? You should know this. You should be able to tell me what's the magic numbers. You should know. If you could go back, you could go forward. You should tell me. Well, people have probably say the European Cup. I think the greatest ever Celtic goal was the chip, the Henrik Larsson 6-2 game. The chip was up there, or Nakamura in the Champions League against Manchester United. Or maybe Henrik Larsson scored against St. Johnson when Celtic stopped 10. That'll be up there. Maybe Frank McAvenny scoring the second goal in the cup final against Dundee to win the centenary double would be up there. Obviously, the European Cup final, the first European Cup final Celtic were in Lisbon. Obviously, Gemmell and Chalmers. I find it hard to watch that game because it's so raw emotions. To think so many fans went to Portugal back then. I know the ticket was pink and stuff like that. Just mad to think that way we done it, the story behind it, the amount of cups we won that season, the squad. It's just, it can't be. It's just it's a very unique story. It's it is the glorious story of them all. It is the glory story of them all. And yeah, my God, unbelievable! What a guy, Jock Stein. John. Unbelievable. Some really, really good goals, regardless the technique. A goal goes at the back of the net. You're making history for Celtic. So yeah, the magic numbers 67. I'm going to Millport on Saturday, folks. Does anyone know any Celtic supporters pubs over there in Millport? Anyone know any bars I can watch the game in on Saturday while I'm on the podcast? It'd be appreciate if you can hook up a team and let me know as well. The magic numbers 1967. I go on, Keith. I ain't that old. You can I said Back to the Future. So if you go to the future, it means that you can get all the technology to look even younger. Think about that. That's an idea for you, Starting Ida is a big game, may help him flourish. Either relieve him or sink him. I know that sounds terrible, but it's the truth. It's the truth. CB, only one I've seen was Henrik Larsson versus the Cream Buns. Yeah, CB. Ah, Jesus. About mixed pubs. What about Larks? We're meant to be going to Larks first, obviously. Get the train at the Larks and then go out to Millport. I said to her, "Do you want to go into town and watch the game?" She said, "Keith, let's try something different. Just have to watch the game on the phone, won't we?" But it's not the same. I would never sit in a mixed pub and watch Celtic. Not a chance. With my accent, not a bleeding chance. For God's sake, definitely not. Definitely not. But yeah, I say this on the channel a lot. Who would you like me to bring onto the channel, regardless of Celtic YouTuber? Who would you like me to have a 1v1 chat with? And I promise you now, I will try reach out and get them on before the middle of March. I'll give them 6 weeks to get their finger out of their arse and come on. Who would you like me to bring onto the channel? Who would you like to see me do a 1v1 chat with one night? Of all the YouTube channels, all of them out there, because you know what, I like to actually sit there and actually have a proper conversation with someone instead of me spilling shite. Celtic AM, Hamish, very hard to get Hamish on. That's gonna be a hard one because he lives in Australia. I'd love to have a conversation with Hamish. I don't know if me and Hamish would be on the same path. Hamish is a very intelligent guy, and I don't know. We could try it. I've had Jackie on before. I've had Jackie McNamara on the channel a long time ago when I was already starting up. I done a night with live with Jackie McNamara. Here's a fact: Jackie McNamara got his blue Instagram tick thanks to me. Thanks to me, because he came on live one night, and on a Monday night, I'll tell you the story. What happened was, I was chasing that Jackie McNamara to go live on me Instagram for ages before I started doing YouTube, and he let me down a couple of times. He was busy, family stuff, and I had my best friend at home from America, and I'm talking with YouTubers, Celtic YouTubers, not players. I'm not going to get players on. I can get former players. I could ask George, come on, can probably reach out to him, but George Cadet, obviously. But so Jackie messaged me. I'm there with my best friend on a Monday night, about to go out to the pub, have a drink with him, off work the next day, and he texts me and he's like, "I'm good to go tonight. I'm good to go in the next 2 hours." I had to cancel everything. We had a meal booked, go out to the pub, drinks, football was on, and we got Jackie on. So I had to go back up to my mum's house, rip out all the jerseys, NTL tops, Carlin tops, a couple of the remakes, CR Smith tops, and me and Jackie had a really good conversation. It's on my YouTube channel. Just type in "Come on the Hoops" Jackie McNamara, and you'll see my big shaved head, and you'll see me chatting to Jackie, and we're talking about, "Oh, Jackie, I'm sure you're the wine. I'm sure you're the." I think he said he's a gin person. He's mad into. He like his gin, but he's a nice guy. Really, I met him a couple of times as well. He's a nice guy. You know, doesn't use ego. He just says as it is. And I asked him, "What were you more nervous about? Were you more nervous about playing for Scotland in the World Cup in '98, or you were the night before against Brazil? I think it was against Brazil. You can correct me on that if you want. Or you wait for cup final." He said, "Oh, you wait for cup final by miles, Keith, miles." Like some of the stuff we were talking about, really good. I didn't realize he was the guy that gave Andy Robertson his gave him his professional contract for Dundee as well. So nice guy. Jackie's a really nice guy, and obviously a lot of us were upset when he picked up that horrific injury, and he's bounced back and he's done well for himself. I've interviewed Simon as well. Simon's a nice guy. Yeah, he's good folk. Paul McStay, look, you're pushing the buttons now. I don't even think Paul McStay has social media. He lives in Australia. It's very hard to get Paul McStay, but to be honest with you, I'd be lost. He's before my time. I obviously know loads about Paul McStay. I've done a throwback video on Paul McStay, the maestro. What a guy. He was underrated as a footballer, very underrated especially from footballers down south to the English press. Paul McStay if Paul McStay, he could have walked into any club in England and dominated that English league. He was that good. He was so good of a footballer. He had all the attributes, the skill, the pace, the power, you know. He was just a vote, you know, like very quiet guy, but he just had everything going. Like he was just such a good player. Like I look back and look at videos of Paul McStay before my time, like wow, my god, he was just a different level. I know Bruni was good, but my god, Paul McStay was twice the player as Scott Brown, you know. John Hartson was roommates with Jackie McNamara before the UEFA Cup final and played the PlayStation until early doors, affecting his sleep before the final. Little known fact. Well, John was out, wasn't he? John wasn't available for the final. Get Baz on. Who's Baz? Oh, Baz! Celtic Fan TV. Oh, it's not Celtic Fan TV. Celtic. Yeah, Celtic. Is a Celtic fan? No, what's Celtic Fans View? Sorry, Celtic Fans View. I could ask Baz. I could get in touch with you. Well, if anyone's watching Baz live, say it in these comments. Would you go on, come on the hoops? You know. It'd be good to get Baz on. Baz is really intelligent. But I know Baz lives in Spain, and I enjoy his content. He's doing really well, and he's very underrated. He's a really good YouTuber, and I enjoy watching him. I like watching Baz and his glasses and his hat. He reminds me of Martin O'Neill a little bit. I'm surprised he probably stay what he does with the socks in the tracks and bottoms. The Martin O'Neill. But he's a good lad. He's a good lad. Very underrated. Nice guy. Very he's done well with his channel. He's done really well. And he's that type of guy that you can he puts his work in. He puts his work in. He doesn't do lazy videos like me. Just, you know, put them up and go with the flow. He does it. He's funny. He likes ripping into them as well. You know, and I've watched a couple of videos of him, obviously in the pub over there, wherever he's. I don't know if he's in Belmedina or I don't know where he is in Spain, but it doesn't matter. He's a good YouTube. Here's a fact about Lark Hall. So when I was moving over, to Scotland, I was obviously property hunting at the time, and I was looking at East Kilbride, I was looking at Paisley, I was looking at where else was I looking? I was looking at all places in Glasgow because I took a job bridging the city centre anyway at the time. But this girl rang me, a property agent rang me. She's like, "Oh, hi, how are you? I see you're looking for a 1-bedroom apartment. We have a view in here in a nice apartment." She actually Skyped me, and she whipped up the pictures, and I was like, "Oh, this is a nice apartment." I goes, "Whereabouts is it?" Lark Hall. I just start breaking down. I goes, "Are you taking the piss?" It's like, "What?" I goes, "You're taking the piss." I goes, "You're trying to put an Irish man into one of the most orange areas in the west of Scotland. Not a chance. Not a chance." I was like, "You could pay me £1,000. I wouldn't even walk down Lark Hall." I goes, "Not a chance." I could have been best mates with Ryan. Me and Ryan, the only two Tims in the town, but I think my friend Caroline Shark, he lives out that neck of the woods, I think, as well, but somewhere out there. But yeah, so yeah, it would have been interesting. Lark Hall. Oh God, me in a leprechaun suit on the 12th of July, that'd be some crack. He's the only Celtic YouTuber I watch regularly once in a while, but Ryan Woman, not as much. They're all phenomenal. They all do a good job in their own ways, and you know, give them all praise. But I'll work on trying to get Baz on. I'll get Baz on. We'll get him on. We'll try to get him on the next 4 weeks, you know. So yeah. Ryan has been ripping the team a bit too much recently. CB, Celtic Baz, I do like the boat of them. Football Mad is great for highlights for the fans. I actually spoke to Max on the phone last week. I know Max for a few years now. Him and his dad, really nice people. He's done really well, and I wish Max, you know, goes to a level. Deserves it. Puts a lot of hard work in. He's a nice guy. Ryan says as it is. Ryan is passionate. So Ryan has the top crown. That's why Ryan is the person that a lot of people look up to. I don't look up to Ryan because Ryan who's who he is. Ryan has who he is. I'm who I am. You know, I think Ryan has been phenomenal. I've been watching Ryan's videos from a long, long time, and I've asked Ryan, but Ryan's not interested in coming on my channel. He's a busy man, so maybe I'll ask him again. I asked him years ago before I was like not even 1,000 subs, so I could ask him again another time. Yeah, I'll look into getting people on. My missus keeps saying to me, like, yeah, you should do 1v1 with someone and all that. I do enough 1v1 with you, love. Never mind with someone else, like Ryan or Bass. The grey one. Who wants a rock bottom? Stone Cold Stunner. Well, yeah. So, folks, I'll be back tomorrow night. I hope you enjoyed the podcast. I know there's 35 strong people that are bringing in. Asking for a Royal Rumble. No, I'm not asking anyone for a Royal Rumble. Guys are bleeding brilliant YouTuber. Deserves the credit. He's gonna get that. He's gonna get that silver YouTube thing. He'll get that soon. Or here's Jay Jackson again. Please sit in for Jay Jackson again. But or it could be Lee Sutherland. Never know. But or Kaz Milligan. But I'll see. We'll see what we could do. It's always about use. I'll try to get in touch with Baz over the next couple of days. I don't even know if he has any socials. I just think he's on just on this. So does he? If he's on Twitter, let me know so I can give him a message. We'll get him on. Up the Dubs and Donegal. You pick one or the other. You probably have, obviously. Yeah. The thing is are saying that Ryan's being harsh on him. Ryan speaks his heart. If Ryan wants to be controversial or speak his heart, that's he's completely entitled to do what he wants to speak. That's his channel. And it gets people talking, like you're talking about now. It's a product in itself. If you better bring different opinions, people buy into it. That's the way it works. It's all about algorithm. That's how YouTube works. But yeah, look, I'll look into it, folks. I'll have a chat with you tomorrow night. Pop on about 7 tomorrow night. So do watch it if you want to. Make sure you get the tea bags in. Make sure you get the popcorn in. I know what. Before I go, I'm gonna put this on. Why not? You know, pimping ain't easy. I'll put this on. You know what? Why not? I'll put the house coat on before we leave. But I should have had this on all night, to be honest with you. Who gives a shit? You only live once anyway. Sam Maguire 1992. Was that when Jim McGuinness was a part of that team? Am I right or wrong? That's it. Jedi Celt. Oh God, right. I'm gonna go before I make an absolute tartars on myself. Thank you very much again for this, and thank you very much again for the as I said, if you want to contribute in any extra level, the options there. You just press the super thanks. It's like the tip jar, or buy the membership. Hope you enjoyed the show. And before we head, we're just gonna play the regular piss take of these. Can you see us now? Can you? Let's see. Where is it? But I'll work on the bass thing. I'll reach out to him. He's a good guy.
I'll tell you one thing. Proud of my Rangers, but the only thing that annoys me about the whole game, if I look at the whole game in a whole, is Rangers didn't start off well, Simon. The first minute we had a wee chance, we can't cut it back, and then we died. But I'll tell you one thing, Simon.
Don't you think that they need the Champions League's money here? I think so. I think they need that.
But it's going to get worse.
Kyogo, how happy are you with your performance and your goals today?
Yeah, I'm happy to help the team, but I lost a lot of shoot, so I have to improve.
It was a good cross from Alistair, though, for that first one. Is that fair?
Yeah, what a ball, yeah.
That's great finish.
What the ball, what the show, what a podcast. See you all tomorrow night. Hell, hell. Good night.